Alok, very interesting developments that Sukirti is reporting from the Supreme Court. While the Uttar Pradesh government says that it's a quote-unquote grave offence, the minister's son is not a flight risk, and they've apparently done some assessment to also understand that he's not a risk to any of the witnesses in the case, and therefore pretty clearly saying that they don't need to oppose his bail.
See, I think the one thing that I can add to what Sukirti has already been reporting on this case is the fact that since the day Ashish Mishra got bail, and I covered that from Lakhimpur when he walked out of prison, there have been multiple questions around the process that led to his getting the bail and whether the UP government put up an adequate opposition to the bail petition filed by Mr. Mishra in the Allahabad High Court that eventually led to his bail. I think that is something that has been the moot point of argument and the moot point of the story. Now, the UP government is claiming before the Supreme Court of India that yes, look, we intensely opposed the bail and we did not want Ashish Mishra to get bail. But as Sukirti pointed out, at the same time also saying that he's not a flight risk, this is a first time offence, and that he really does not pose any risk to the witnesses, etc., etc. At the same time, if I'll take you back to that bail order, the Allahabad High Court judge who gave the bail order had punched multiple loopholes or holes into the police's theory about the bail, and at the end of the day, that is something that one needs to look at. Was the police or was the SIT that is prosecuting the case able to convince the Allahabad High Court judge that this person does not deserve bail? Now, he is a murder accused at the end of the day, and he's also a the powerful son of a powerful minister in the union government. So the argument as to whether he can influence and intimidate witnesses in this case at least looks very valid. And even so, he managed to get bail, and the Allahabad High Court saying that the police was unable to prove his presence at the spot on the day of the incident, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, I think it remains to be seen what line the Supreme Court is going to take. They have asked some very tough questions of the prosecution, which in this case is the UP government. We don't know what the SIT is thinking at the moment because their officers do not really speak to the media, and they do not really tell us how they are progressing in this case. But from the looks of it, one waits to see what the order will be, because Ashish Mishra has been free for a while now, and there have been some allegations that at least one of the witnesses in the case was attacked. But like Sukirti again reported, the UP government saying that it had nothing to do with the case and it was an altercation over an unrelated issue. But all at the same time, there have been very grave concerns about how this case is progressing and about how the murder accused son of a high-profile union minister has managed to walk out on bail in such a high-profile case. I think ideally what should happen perhaps is that the case should be tried in a fast-track court. Of course, yes, if he is innocent, he will be released, and that is his right. Alok, but it needs to be tried fast rather than perhaps the person getting bail.
Yes, Alok, I also want to ask you, because you've literally covered this entire episode from day zero. There have been multiple instances, and I remember when you were reporting outside the police station, the media being denied any kind of access to the main entry, Ashish Mishra being taken in from a side entrance. Let's not even go down the road of the number of delays in his arrest, with the police claiming they don't know where he is, etc. So there have been multiple instances through the course of this sort of investigation and the way this case is played out, where the Uttar Pradesh government has treated him differently or given him preferential treatment.
Well, yes, exactly. In fact, not only during his arrest, even during the time that he made bail, I remember that we were covering the story outside the Lakhimpur prison. And the man got some special treatment because unlike the other convicts, unlike the other people or accused under trials who get bail and walk out of the main gate of the prison, he was led in a vehicle from the side gate of the prison, yes, and that's how he got released. And the media were all told that he will walk out of the main gate, but the police and everyone ensured that he was kept away from the media glare. He, of course, has kept a very low profile after that, because I also covered the elections in that area after that, and only his father, Ashish Mishra, surrounded by hundreds of security personnel, in fact, had come to that polling booth in his village to vote. The son was nowhere to be seen, so he's kept himself out of the public glare. But you have a very valid point. He was given, or at least it seemed that he was being given preferential treatment even before his arrest and even during the time that he was released from jail. And that is why these questions are being raised before the Supreme Court of India, perhaps.
Yes.